What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to another ASR highlights video. Today we're here for the 14th round of the championship. It's the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and right now you're watching my fastest lap in qualifying, believe it or not. Yep, this was my fastest lap in qualifying. It was one of the worst qualifying sessions I have ever had. It was absolutely ridiculous. The way I took that first chicane was a joke. I don't think I could have taken that any worse if I tried. You know, these things happen. You can't always put together a perfect lap, and sometimes you fuck it up royally, and that's what I did today. And that means we're going to be starting this race out of 17th place. Here we are on the grid in Monza, down in 17th place, as we've got 5 lights. And it's light down, and away we go. The Italian Grand Prix is underway after a very long hold, but we get a better start than our teammate Uzi pull alongside as we head down towards the first grade. He's moved across on us. There's contact. I'm in the wall, and my rear tire has come off the car. I'm out of the race before we even get down to turn number 1. Unbelievable. As if this weekend couldn't get much worse after that terrible qualifying session. We don't even make it the first corner of the race. I'm not too sure what happened. He said there was a little bit of a lag on his screen, but nonetheless, we are out of the Italian Grand Prix before we even get down to the first corner, and that is not going to help our championship at all. But anyway, we're going to have to push on as we head to Singapore. In qualifying, we didn't put in the best lap around the streets of Marina Bay, and that means we're going to be starting down in 11th place. But to be fair, 11th place isn't the worst place to be starting a race from, because you're the first person that gets free choice on what tyre you start on, and you get to start on fresh tyres, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage in the race. Here we are on the grid in Singapore in 11th place on the super soft tyres, as we've got 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. The Singapore Grand Prix is underway. We get a decent start from 11th on the grid, right on the back of Master Berserk. As we head down towards turn number 1, there's a little bit of contact from behind, and there's a big crash between Berserk and my teammate. I'm not too sure what exactly happened there, but it looked like there was a lot of lag involved. It looked like a very odd collision, and we're being disconnected from the lobby. What a bloody surprise, but no need to fear, as Cody's new feature does work for us today, and we're able to rejoin the race at the end of the first lap, and we're sitting in 11th place with an AI car in front of us, and Penske right behind us, and he's having a look up our inside as we head down towards turn number 1, and he's backed out of it, thankfully, as we hold on to 7th place for now. And now onto the end of lap 2, we're on the back of Customs as we head onto the start-finish race. He gets a little bit wide through the final corner. We're going to look up the inside. There's a bit of lag, and he lags back, and thankfully Ghost there, as now we're up the inside turn 1, side by side through turn 2, and I've got the inside 4 turn 3. I should be able to get this move done, but he's still there, is he? No, I think we've definitely got the move done now. Up into 5th place is now onto lap 7. We're on the back of Formula Fish in the Renault. We come onto the DRS straight. The DRS flap is open. We pull to the outside of the Little King, which turns to the inside for turn 7, hard on the brakes, down to 2nd gear, up the inside, and up into 3rd place. We've now got Warden 99 next up on the road, and he's a fair way ahead. I think he's on a similar strategy to myself, as now onto lap 14. A few pit stops have been made, as we're now on the back of Pepsi as we head down the start-finish straight with DRS up the inside of turn number 1. A little lock-up, but we make that move stick, now up into 6th place. And now onto lap 24, we find ourselves near Pepsi again as some more stops have taken place. And he's going slow. We're going to look up the inside. A very odd position, and oh, there's contact. We've spun. We're in the wall. We've damaged our front wing, and we've lost a position to Penske. A very odd crash, and I will say I've seen his point of view of that crash, and he did not slow down at all. There was no contact at all. I just suddenly span off in the background in a very odd fashion, but we're now down in 6th place with front wing damage, and that's how it finished. We come home to finish in 5th place after I think Water 99 actually did make a pit stop or crash out or something, but that is not the greatest result in the world. 11th to 5th, it's not that bad, but most importantly, Greek Master 99, our main championship rival at this stage of the season, actually did win the race. He's really starting to come back and come on strong in the final few races of this season. Just a little context, PPRL Pepsi ended up finishing in 3rd place, and I was right on the back of him, and I was on fresher tyres and a softer compound tyre to him, I'm pretty sure I could have got past him, as I'd already passed him once or twice during the race. So I think we could have had a podium in that race, but instead we ended up in 5th place. So that is at least 5 points, 5 valuable points lost. But anyway, on to Malaysia now. Qualifying in Malaysia was actually very, very interesting, as it started to rain about a minute into the session, and there was just a mad dash out of the pit lane, everyone trying to get on track and set a lap time as quickly as they could, because after the first couple minutes it was into intermediate conditions and you couldn't set a lap time, so it all came down to a mad rush right at the start. And in that mad rush we were able to set a decent lap, but we were a little bit slow out of the pit lane, and that did cost us a few positions, I think, because the track was getting a little bit wet when we were on track. But nonetheless, we managed to qualify in 7th place. Here we are on the grid in a very sunny Malaysia as the lights come on. We've got 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. The Malaysian Grand Prix is underway. We get a decent start from 7th place on the grid as we head down towards turn number 1, a very long run down towards the first corner. We're careful on the brakes as everyone's jostling for positions, and the Ferrari has come out of nowhere. I think that was PPR or Pepsi, and I spoke to him after the race, and he said he had an incident on the formation lap, and that meant there was grass on his tyres, and at the start of the race he just couldn't, it was still there, and he couldn't stop the car down into turn number 1, but it was now sitting in 6th place. We head down towards turn number 4, and Customs in the Toro Rosso is around. I'm not too sure what happened there. 2 Customs, we've got Master Berserk in front of us through turn 5. He's gone very slowly, we've had to get out of the throttle, and now Harley is pulling alongside us through turn number 6. We leave him the space on the exit, and he's hit us, he's come across on us, and we're in the grass sideways. We just managed to hold on to the car. Somehow we're plummeting down through the field, and we managed to actually get out of everyone's way and not cause any further collisions there. I'm not too sure how we managed that, and we're going to look up the inside of Penske, but we have a massive double lock up there because of that front wing damage and the reduced downforce on that front wing. We're plummeting down the field, and we're going to have to pit for repairs at the end of this lap. And now onto lap 18. Not much has happened, but we've made 2 pit stops, and the skies have completely changed. But now we've got Charlie looking up our inside down into turn number 1, and he is on fresh soft tyres while we are on hard tyres. There wasn't too much point fighting that one at this stage of the race. We weren't going to really stay with him right now, but going back to what I was saying, the skies have really changed, and it looks like there is some rain coming our way, because we are currently sitting in 10th place, or even 9th now, as on to lap 21. We're on the back of the Sauber of Zonky. We've got DRS, we pull to the inside with Slipstream and Rich Revs down towards the final corner. Onto the brakes, a pretty simple move. Now up into 8th place, we've got the Red Bull of All-Round Cricketer up next through turns 5 and 6. He's got a little bit wide, and he's in the grass, and he's gifted us that place, as we're now up into 6th place. We've got his teammate, the other Red Bull, and our championship rival, Vixir or Charlie, up ahead, as now the rain is coming down on lap 23, and we're going to peel off into the pit lane, and so is Charlie, as he's really struggling to get into the pit lane. We're going to pull alongside and try to go for a Vettel-esque move, but no, I've gotten the glitch where it puts the limiter on way too early, and that means we can't quite get past Charlie, and that has cost us some very valuable seconds here in Malaysia as we come into the pit lane for the intermediate tyres. And now onto lap 24, you can see the rain is really starting to come down as Charlie's looking up the inside of Alex into the hairpin. We're going to try and follow him as we're now side by side with Alex, but he's got the inside line for the next corner. We're going to stay right on the back of that Renault, glue ourselves to that gearbox just in case he makes a little mistake, as he gets a little bit sideways as he gets on the power. Can we look up the inside? No, we can't. That is not an overtaking opportunity at all, but this corner is, as we look up the inside of the penultimate corner. But he's got the ideal line, to be honest, on the outside, because he can take the racing line on the exit and get the power down much quicker than we can. He holds on to that position for now. But now onto the next lap, coming out of turn 2 onto turn 3. He looks like he's getting a little bit wide through turn 3 off the racing line. We're in his slipstream as we head up towards turn number 4. We're going to go late on the brakes up the inside. Very committed on the brakes, and we make that move stick. Now up into 6th place, we've got Charlie up ahead of us on the road, but unfortunately we couldn't quite catch him and pass him. We come across the line to finish this Malaysian Grand Prix in 6th place. After the 16th round of the season, Charlie is leading the championship with 161 points, 4.5 points more than myself in second, with Warden99 only 6.5 points behind me, so it's very, very close at the top end of the table, and Greekmaster99 is in fourth, only 21 points off Charlie, and he has really been coming on strong in the second half of the season, so expect to see him continue to climb up towards the end of the season. In 5th place is Penske with 125 points to his name. Then Pepsi in 6th. All-Round Cricketer is 7th with Customs in 8th. X-Harley 21 is 9th. And Formula Fish 15 rounds out the top 10. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I should have the highlights from the next 4 rounds, which is Japan, Coda, Mexico, which I didn't actually race at, and Brazil out in the next couple days. And then there will just be one lone video for the finale, which was absolutely epic. I'm really looking forward to making that video for the finale because it comes right down to the wire. That finale was one of the craziest races, one of the craziest finales I have ever seen. It was absolutely bonkers, so I look forward to doing that. That should be coming out very, very soon. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.